Welcome to my studio. My name is Jerry. I'm a filmmaker and educator, and today we're going to learn how to use Lightroom Classic. So grab your images and let's get started. In the description of this video, you'll see links to chapter markers. Let's get started with importing your photos. So to do that, we're going to go into Lightroom and we're going to start a new catalog. And what we're going to do is we're going to name this catalog Behind the Scenes. And you would end up using whatever that ended up being for your film. So you would put, insert film here. Now that we have it, I'm just going to save this onto my desktop, and that way I have it ready to go next time. So I can just go to my desktop and it'll be right there. So I'm going to press Create. Whenever we do this, it closes Lightroom and it reopens Lightroom. Don't be worried, that's just how the program ends up working. So we'll go File and we're going to import our photos. All right, so now that we're in import, we're gonna go find our photos to import. So I'm gonna go into my hard drive here. If these are not open, you're gonna have to go into the little tabs and open them all up. So you just make sure you're navigating to where you want to go. I'm in my desktop, and then I'm gonna go into my 2025 images here. I'm gonna use this folder here with some images from a trip that I took to Northern California not too long ago. So these are some photos that I took. I went on a motorcycle trip, and then whenever I got back, these were like the last kind of end of the roll. So we're gonna look at those today. They're a little experimental and fun. And so let's jump into it. But check all or uncheck all. So if it's not checked, you'll wanna press check all. As you go through, you're gonna see that it auto kind of calibrates what you're looking at. So let's go here and then let's import our photos. Depending on how many you're importing, this could take you a little bit of time. Once you get inside of there though, you're gonna click on all photographs. If you import more, so if I was to do this again, so say I went and imported photos of video again, and maybe I want to get this folder as well, and I import them, you'll see that I have my current import and then all photographs. All photographs will be everything that I have. So once you're in here, I've already rated these, but if you wanted to go through and rate them, you can click on the little stars underneath and change them. So say you brought in 100 photos, you're trying to find your 10 best, look through there, try to organize them all. You can use keywords, so you could type things in. Once again, this is gonna be a very basic tutorial, so I'm not gonna jump into that. If you're interested, I can make a little quick tip for that and upload them. So just hit me up in the comments or send me an email. So now that we're in here, when we're on the full grid, you can see everything, or we can go to one photo at a time. I can use the arrows, or I can click down here, just like with everything else that we've been learning on this channel. There's so many different ways to do it. Find what works best for you and go with it. So now that we have these photos, we're gonna go in and we're gonna do a little bit of an edit to them. So I'm gonna go into my Develop tab. And now when that loads, you're gonna be able to see all my tools over here. I can go in here and I can crop everything. So say that I wanted to reframe it and maybe I want it like that. So now I've cropped my photograph. I can also come in here, maybe I wanna warm it up, maybe I wanna cool it off. Let's go with warming it up. Maybe I wanna break it a little bit brighter so the sky starts to basically disappear with those things. I can add a little bit of contrast in, stuff like that. So if I bring this back down, you're gonna see this histogram here. So I have my blacks are way down here. So anything that's black, you can see is being peaked here. And then anything that's white is being peaked over here. I can also hover over these arrows and it's gonna tell me where it's underexposed and overexposed. So right now, the only place it's overexposed is there, but that's also just the sky. So that's probably gonna stay overexposed. But now that I keep going through, so I have some black and white images, say that I want to make it a little bit brighter, you can actually see that there's a little dog down in there. So if I made it really bright, you start to see the dog. But if I go back to my full screen image and I go to fit, now I can see the whole thing. So I could bring that up a little bit, just thinking about what it's going to end up looking like. You have a lot of choice when you're doing these things, so I can make the sky a little darker, I can make the shadows a little darker, make that dark disappear again. All of these things are able to be manipulated once you're in Lightroom. So you play with the tools how you see them fit, and then you go through the process and edit each photo individually. So next, we're gonna go through how do you export these photos? How do I get them back out of Lightroom? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that I'm in the Develop tab, and then if I click on these photographs, any photograph that is highlighted is going to get exported in this next process. So you have a couple of different options here. You can click on one, you can click on the first one, you could hold Command A, and that would highlight everything. If you click on the negative here, so if I click on one, if I hold the Shift button, then I can click and I can go through and highlight them one by one. Or if, say, I only want to export out a couple of them at a time, I can click on one, I can hold the command button, and then I can click on the ones that I want. So that's what I'm gonna do today, is I'm just gonna click on the ones that I want. So I wanna export out these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can see right here that I have 6 images selected out of the 19 photos, and I can go ahead and do that. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna go to File, I'm going to go to Export, and it's gonna open up a different window. This is gonna seem a little overwhelming, but I promise you it's not as hard as it looks. First thing that I want to do is I want to make sure that I'm in a specific folder or on the desktop. For now, we're just gonna do the desktop. You can move into the specific folder later. Once again, organization is gonna be key here. So desktop, and then on the desktop, I want it to be put into a subfolder on my desktop that's just gonna be called Final Images for My Film. You label it whatever you're gonna remember. That's what I'm gonna do it for now. And then I can press rename, and I can go to rename to a custom name, and then I can give it a name. So I could just say Final BTS Photos. Now everyone's gonna export out with Final BTS Photos and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's gonna do that for me. I'm gonna scroll down, I'm gonna make sure that I'm on JPEG, make sure my quality is at 100. If you're trying to make the file size limit to something, you can also go right here, limit file size to and whatever you want it. That's not gonna be important for me. Usually I just do it after the fact, but some websites, some places that you're gonna upload, they're gonna have those file limits. And so just know that you can set that right there. Keep going down towards the bottom. For some reason you wanted to put your, if you wanted to put anything on there as far as any metadata, Lightroom can let you do that. Watermark, you can come into here, you can put your watermark on it. So if you wanted it to say your name on it somewhere and it'd be baked into it, if you're worried about it getting stolen or anything like that, you can do all these things. You could put a logo for your company if you have that. And then after exporting, I found this very helpful as I press show in Finder. This is the one last time, if you somehow save it somewhere that you don't remember where you saved it, it's gonna pop open that folder for you so you can see it. And so let's do that. I'm gonna press export. It's gonna go through my 6 files up here, gives you a little bar to tell you how much is left, and then it opens it up. So final images for my film, final images for my film, and then these are Final BTS 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If this video was helpful and you'd like to see more like it, then make sure you like and subscribe. If I left anything out, just go ahead and drop me a comment below and I'll answer it as soon as I possibly can. I wish you best of luck out there on your creative journey, and thank you so much for stopping by. See you next time.